What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. Boy, have I heard some freaking hot takes on the OCG ban list. And as somebody in the community who has lived through every TCG ban list, paid attention to a lot of the OCG ones, I've gotta say, it's going to affect the TCG this way. Y'all are wrong on a ton of things, so get ready for that war in the comment section where people call me crazy too. But Fusion Destiny is the elephant in the room that has been banned in the OCG. And the OCG tends to be cutthroat and really slash decks. They don't plan to resell these cards, and they want to keep the game fresh. They have to compete against card games like freaking Duel Masters over in Japan, where in the TCG, that card game died long ago, and they're one of the big three sitting pretty. So I want to say, first off, we have Megatons on the horizon. If you don't know what DPE is, it's this quick pop brought out often by Verite, but also Hard Fusion Destiny, and this more so keeps this card for just hero players now that would be hard making it. I really do like that check and balance. I believe Dragoon's also banned over in the OCG, so Verite is running free, and what's its best card to bring out? Oh boy, Rainbow Neos. Oh, but it limits future card design. I'll address that one in a second for you guys. Just hold on, keyboard warriors. But when it comes to the Fusion Destiny itself, it's already slated to be an OTS Pack 18 as an Ultimate Rare. And while Ultimate Rares can get banned that are in tournament packs, looking at you, Thunder Dragon Colossus, this means this is the pack that is going to have players coming in for the Road to WCQ season here in the TCG, meaning this hit probably isn't happening anytime soon until after this competitive season. To be fair though, the OCG has had these cards a little longer, but it shows they're trying to mix things up on another level. Speaking of Dragoon, it just got a Starlight Rare in Brothers of Legend, and we're looking towards the Albaz Strike structure deck and how that engine's going to play this without a freaking Verite Anaconda, and people are looking at it like, yeah, we're gonna be having to deal with that, aren't they? But can we take care of Verite? You know, Drytron imports can't do Dragoon, this or that. I have something to tell you about selling cards. It is one of the top 5 selling cards within Gold Series, which is now cut up into waves. Is the set relying on it? By no means, but Konami really learned from the 2017 10s and has backed off immediate hits from things and products unless it's on the very lower end, such as Nightmare Mermaid, for example, which wasn't carrying a product all that much. Now, could they? It's all speculation. Absolutely, Konami could. But on the argument of card design, they have to be so careful with fusion cards. Well, look at fusion deployment. You know, you can just summon things from the deck, or you look at fusion conscription. We already had to limit the card design of fusion cards, what they said, and fusion monsters to a degree. Now, is this on a different level? Absolutely. Is it peeking into the metagame? Abso-freaking-lutely. And what can Konami do about card design? Oh, wait. I know. Just not write fusion or polymerization on the card and still make a busted fusion card. Did you know Konami could do that? Did you realize that the 5,000th time Alistair was normal summoned on you? It does not limit future card design in terms of what they want to do to make something busted as much as those other fusion cards also can do to how they have to write fusion monsters and those fusion spells. Yes, broken fusion spells aren't going to happen anytime soon, but seeing people cry, ban Verite, when something like Ghost Fusion gets revealed and every time in the future, you're just hurt by what's currently going on. The OCG has handled it to a pretty darn good degree, and the TCG can't lock these same hits anytime soon, but they can consider how future card design will be moving forward as the OCG has. So I don't think we're going to see any of this movement anytime soon, and the grass is always greener on the other side. In terms of game balance, people are arguing about how Maxi is used to take care of many toxic problems, yet deck building has to be so around it. And on that note, we did see Crossout Designator go to 1 in the OCG, which is crazy because it's completely flopping over here in terms of you have to deck build completely around it to use it. And, you know, $100 for a playset, $120, it's nothing to scoff at, but it's not really performing just like Dragoon didn't out the gate in the TCG. Now, do all roads from the OCG always lead to be correct? No, actually. When we look at DUEA format, people thought Shadows would take over in the TCG exclusive Burning Abyss, changed everything. When Dragoon dropped here, it flopped on Inception, but after a couple ban lists, it really shot up there in both play and notice within the metagame. So, huge differences between the checks and balances in the games do lead us to different lists that don't coincide always. I don't see a hit happening to Crossout Designator while it's not really taking over the metagame and it's just another option. option right now. Now, the really bigger hits are the Rite of Armesia and the Aquamancer of the Sanctuary. They're already going after the Grand Creator's engine and semi-limiting both. So that is 2-2. I believe I have that pulled up here somewhere. Well, there's the future conversation. So Grand Creators is a set that's not even out here yet. And when it comes to this, Konami hasn't done a good job selling a non-foil side set, and if the engine takes off, I think Konami TCG really wants to pat themselves on the back for at all creating something that might actually sell over here. They do need to even pass this engine good collector rares because the ratios are so bad in these side sets. You only get 3.6 of each ultra rare because there's 10 different ultra rares. You only pull 3 per box. That's 12 different boxes in a case. That's 36 ultras pulled. 3.6 of each ultra rare per case. You only get a playset out of spending like $720 at the hookup price. And that's why each of these sets has failed, gone down over time. And even with this engine, we're questioning if it can do it, but it will see a lot of play. It will see decent amounts, but Phantom Knights aren't doing the same yet here as it is in the OCG because of how we're set up a little different. But I do think it will be one of the contenders and one of the decks to beat depending on how the future ban list wrap up. So Phantom Knights benefit the most. Prank Kids also benefit, but they just put Meow Meow Moo to 1 in the OCG, which is a hit that already happened here in the TCG, and we'll have to see how they do perform with the Brave Yusha hero tokens. I believe we dubbed them the Brave tokens over here to simplify it, but Phantom Knights, I don't see a hit happening to it anytime soon, where we did see Torn Scale go to 1 over in the OCG. Now, Metaverse to 2, we have a little card known as Mystic Mine here still at 3, and I guess that's the TCG's answer, unironically, to Max C. I see it in all sorts of meta matchups. Sky Strikers are enjoying it, and Sky Strikers are topping everywhere. Where's the people laughing at it now? No, people are just like, please, more Sky Strikers. This is kind of our weird enough Max C in the TCG that slows down the game and is an answer, and it's completely a worse option, in my opinion, than that. But, you know, there's going to be the mine lovers and the mine haters. It's whichever way you want to go with that. So again, Metaverse peeling off, not that surprising. Now, the final ones that could happen over here to a degree: Red Eyes Darkness, Metal Dragon, Errata to 3, perfectly fine. Skull Crobat Joker to 3, perfectly fine. In fact, that could help sell Battle of Chaos to a degree, but not really. But Konami could think they did a little something. And Scapegoat, because the Link summoning game has slowed down so much that it just doesn't benefit the stall decks like Altergeist as much as it used to, because you gotta wait those turns, and this won't be a progressive card to stop one of your opponent's cards, where one card becomes 20 in Yu-Gi-Oh! These days. Scapegoat isn't really the answer it once was at protecting your life points as well as Link summoning. It's just too slow now. So again, the hits and changes that could come from the OCG, usually we look towards the unbans and unlimits rather than just the bans. We can see future formats sometimes develop on their list, but not for a long time, at least in my opinion, because the TCG has some sets to sell. But what do you guys think? Am I just off my rocker despite all my experience and sound arguments? Am I just off my rocker when it comes to Verte saying they could just not name fusion cards Fusion? Because there's perfect examples of that working out just fine. And that's my route for card design being your argument on why Verte needs to be the one to go. But again, yeah, I do agree that the engines would be a lot less toxic if Verte was to go. I don't disagree that it's a decent hit. I just don't agree that it's the problematic card and enabling fusion summoning and doing what it does for fusion decks. It's more so we have two specific problems. I'm not advocating like Halka Fibrex, where you have to hit tuner after tuner after tuner after tuner. No, just clean up a couple of spells and then consider what you're actually writing on the card name itself, not even the text box in the future. Very, very simple. Thanks for watching. Again, subscribe if you haven't already, if you enjoyed the conversation back and forth, or at least the reasoning thought out and presented to you. Even if you don't agree with the argument, like the video, and let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, everybody.